Markets in positive territory, fair amount of volume coming through, bit of optimism with regards to Greece. Can we sustain this kind of movement above 34,000 points, Oliver?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was here 2 weeks ago and I thought we couldn't, but I'm sitting here at the moment and we're a lot higher. So, yeah, obviously everyone waiting to see what's happening out of Greece, and I think that's really the catalyst at the moment. You know, what revelations are going to come through on with this Greece story.
Well, let's also just touch on some of the movements today. We had ShopRite up around 2.6%, Anglo up 2.5%, Old Mutual, of course, that news coming through with regards to Goldman Sachs, Old Mutual up around 2.3%. Pretty much a mixed picture, a very news-driven day. Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, the Pick and Pay story with the CEO looking to resign, it's becoming a bit of a trend at the moment. You know, a lot of major companies, a lot of bosses resigning, a lot of placements taking place at the moment. Obviously, the commodity space, Anglo is, I think, up nearly 2-3% today. So obviously, the mining sector, the whole Xstrata, Glencore, is showing a lot of interest in the commodity space.
With regards to Pick and Pay, it seems that this company has changed quite a bit of its strategy with regards to the central distribution system. We know that earnings were slightly suppressed last year. What kind of expectations have you put on the table with regards to Pick and Pay? Now that Ned Badminton is actually leaving, is this a big negative for you, or do you think that the company is going to hold its own?
Yeah, I think it'll hold its own. I mean, it's got rid of some non-core assets, you know, the exposure to Australia, that Franklin deal. I think it's going to be very, very interesting going forward. I mean, he was there for, I think, 32 years or something, and he's just turned 50, so he's been there his whole life. So, yeah, I think going forward, it's going to be one to watch.
Let's also touch on BHP Billiton, some results out, and again, a very big concern with regards to China. It seems that is still a concern going forward. And then also just keeping in mind that the miner posting a 7% fall in first half profits. We're seeing a slight slowdown in copper prices and coal prices over the period, but then again, they're keeping money aside to invest in these very same commodities that I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously very driven by the whole China story, what's actually going to be going forward, what is the demand like. We've seen the Baltic Dry Index fall off very, very sharply in the last couple of months. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously what's affected them adversely is the floods that they've had in Australia. And as they can say, that halted production quite substantially for them.
Let's touch on Vodacom, and Vodacom still trading at above 100 Rand only just. It's down 0.4%. Strong set of results that came through. Of course, Dobik Patta is standing by for an update in just a bit. But what are your sentiments? MTN versus Vodacom. MTN looking slightly cheaper than what Vodacom is right now.
Yeah, definitely. I prefer Vodacom. You know, obviously there's a lot of negative press around MTN recently, corruption charges and all those good things.
But it's 133 Rand though. It's looking quite attractive.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know what, trading has been fantastic. You know, you can be a buyer at around about the 130, a nice move to 135, and you make a quick profit. I like the Vodacom numbers. I like, you know, they've increased their subscribers. They've increased their subscribers throughout Africa also. So it looks very good.
Let's also touch on SAB Miller, trading at just above 300 Rand, sitting at 301 Rand, joint venture with the likes of Molson Coors Brewing Company. It's not a very big deal, but it is quite an interesting joint venture that they're now embarking on.
Yeah, and I think, you know, they're just looking for absolute world domination when it comes to the beer market. So, yeah, it looks good. I mean, I think they're fairly expensive up at 300 Rand. As you say, it's not a massive deal, so I don't think it's going to have much of an impact for them.
SAPI has also been under the spotlight for many years, given the fact that we've seen such a slowdown in demand for fine paper, and this is what they focus on. We saw a slight increase in first quarter earnings, headline earnings per share up around 14%. Is the worst over for SAPI?
I hope so. It's a very boring stock. I'd like to see some excitement from it soon. Obviously, a lot of that's coming through cutting costs. But, you know, I think the sector as a whole is going to come under pressure, you know. I think people are a lot more online at the moment. So I think not the most exciting stock at the moment.
What does excite you, though?
Obviously, what's happening out in Greece, I'm waiting to see. But I've been waiting for a while now. So.